me, mission trips are more like a retreat.
It's a chance to get a little bit out of your comfort zone, to go someplace you've never been.
A mission trip is a treat for the soul.
It's an opportunity to serve God.
Mission trip is work for Jesus. Touching heart, touching lives for Jesus. I heard about Maranatha from 3ABN, and I decided I would love to do a mission trip because I always wanted to go on a mission trip somewhere. And when I called, Sean Miller told me about this space, and I decided, sure, I'm going to come. No matter what, I'm coming on this trip because there's going to be kids to work with.
This is a team of professionals on this ball.
Yes, it's important, you know, not just to teach them the education, to get a proper education, but we want the ultimate goal is to bring Christ to them so that they can learn about Jesus and that He's our Savior and that, you know, He came and died for us, and so that, you know, the children can grow up with this and because Christ is coming soon, so that, you know, these children can know Christ and be ready and share Christ with their families and friends as well.
Here we are with our family in India, and the main reason I wanted them to come was to see a little bit about the church and the work it's doing all over the world. All they have is a little picture of what goes on in Tucson at their local church and maybe visiting a few churches. But by coming over here and seeing a school under construction, participating in the work a little bit, I wanted to give them a bigger picture of what the church actually does.
Mission work is something that I've wanted to do for a number of years, and the opportunity wasn't there at that time. And when we heard it from our pastor that they were planning another trip to India, we just jumped at it and we thought, oh, we'll have to go. And then God's leading was that it wasn't going to be just for a short period. It has been extended to just a few months, and then it grew to 5 months or maybe even longer if the visa can be extended. So with God, you never know how long the mission work is going to be for.
I had no idea that at this stage of my life I would be in a place like this singing to young children about Jesus Christ, that I would be working and doing the Lord's work. I had no idea what I was going to be doing at the age of 70 years old. I was on one Maranatha trip in Ohio, and the guy was 89 years old, and he was still doing carpentry work, still going on mission trips. So old age is not an excuse, and I will continue until I can't do it anymore.
We are so glad we have a small part in opening a future for these children.
మరి బిడ్డల కొరకు మీరు ఓపెన్ చేయబోతున్న చిన్న సమయం మాకు మీరు ఇచ్చినందుకు వందనాలు చెల్లిస్తున్నాం.
We thank the parents for bringing them today.
నిజంగా తల్లిదండ్రులు ఈ బిడ్డలను తీసుకొచ్చినందుకు మీకు వందనస్తులై ఉన్నాం మేము.
Thank you so much.
మీకు వందనాలు చెల్లిస్తున్నాం.
The expansion of the school with 81 new children that day was a very special day. A lot of preparation went into that. We carried extremely heavy bunk beds all morning.
Before the children arrived, there was a lot of work to do where we had to get the small children's home all ready for them, putting the beds in place, getting the sheets on, getting some clothes for them to wear when they get here, getting a little goodie bag that had toothbrush and toothpaste and a comb and all the things that children need for day-to-day living.
But of course the most special part was when the kids arrive and we get to lead them by hand, 2 at a time, into their new dorms and say, pick a bed, any bed, it's all yours, this is your new home.
It's one of those things that, you see hundreds of mission spotlights back at, growing up back at home, and you come to one of these and you actually know the children and you look into their little beautiful brown eyes and their little smiles and their little tears, and I can't describe it.
I will come back to India because I want to see more for this campus. There are visions in my head that I will love to see on this campus, and to be able to sponsor some more kids for this campus and to get people to sponsor kids for this campus.
To sponsor a child is excellent. To donate a building is excellent. To do whatever you can is excellent. But to come here firsthand and experience this is completely a whole other world. I mean, you can see a mission spotlight and your heart is touched and you give, but to be here and to breathe the air and touch the children and they're all like, what's my name? What's your name? And they're holding your hands and they're all excited. They're like little ants full of energy just swarming you all the time. It's just, it's a life-changing experience that it's far deeper than, it'll touch you far greater than you could ever be touched by watching a video of it.
Coming here and experience it for yourself is completely an eye-opening experience. To go into the village, see where these children have been, where they were born, where they've grown up for the first few years of their life, and then to see the opportunity that they get here, and to have part of knowing that you've made a difference in these children's life, that now when they graduate they can then go on and become something important in India, a great person. They can become teachers and preachers and doctors, and they have a chance in life where if they're left in the village they will be dirt farmers. They will, every day they'll make $1 that they will spend that day for food. The next day the same thing. This way they have an opportunity for real life.